Did you know that nearly 90% of engine failures are linked to improper maintenance? And a huge chunk of that comes from mistakes during something as simple as an oil change? That's right. A small misstep can lead to massive repair bills, or even a completely ruined engine. In this video, we're uncovering 11 costly oil change mistakes that could be silently destroying your car. Stick around to learn how to avoid these pitfalls and keep your engine running like a dream. Number 1. Not getting oil changed frequently enough. Skipping regular oil changes might feel like you're saving a little money or time, but the truth is, it's one of the most damaging mistakes you can make for your engine. Over time, engine oil breaks down due to heat, friction, and exposure to contaminants. When this happens, the oil loses its ability to lubricate the engine's moving parts effectively. Without proper lubrication, these parts rub together, creating excess friction that leads to severe wear and tear. This friction doesn't just wear out parts, it causes your engine to overheat. Overheated engines can warp critical components like the cylinder head, pistons, or even the crankshaft. But that's not all. As oil degrades, it thickens and turns into sludge, which can clog your engine's oil passages. This blockage reduces oil flow, starving the engine of the lubrication it desperately needs, and causing even more damage. You could face costly repairs, like replacing damaged pistons, repairing warped parts, or even needing a complete engine replacement, easily running into thousands of dollars. And let's not forget, an engine running with poor oil can lead to catastrophic failure, leaving you stranded on the side of the road. Number 2. Using the wrong kind of oil. Engine oil isn't one size fits all. Different engines require specific types and viscosities of oil to function properly. If you use oil that's too thick or too thin, it won't provide the proper lubrication your engine needs. For example, thicker oil in a modern engine might struggle to flow through the tight spaces and cause increased friction, leading to overheating and accelerated wear. On the other hand, oil that's too thin may fail to create a strong enough film to protect the moving parts, resulting in metal-on-metal contact and damage. Beyond that, the wrong oil can interfere with an engine's advanced systems, like variable valve timing or turbochargers, causing them to malfunction. Over time, this mistake can lead to reduced performance, poor fuel efficiency, and even complete engine failure. It can also void your vehicle's warranty if the manufacturer discovers you didn't follow their oil recommendations. To avoid these costly headaches, always check your owner's manual and use the exact oil type specified for your car. Number 3. Not warming up the engine. Not warming up the engine before an oil change is a small step that can have big consequences for the car's health. When the engine is cold, the oil sits thick and heavy, making it harder to drain out completely. This means old contaminated oil and all the dirt, sludge, and metal particles it carries remains inside the engine, mixing with the new oil you pour in. Over time, this buildup can clog vital oil passages, reduce lubrication, and cause accelerated wear on engine components. On top of that, cold oil doesn't flow as smoothly, which makes it difficult for you to get a proper reading on the oil levels after the change. This could lead to either overfilling or underfilling the engine, both of which can cause serious problems. Overfilled oil can create excessive pressure, damaging seals and gaskets, while too little oil starves the engine of lubrication. To avoid these issues, always let the engine run for a few minutes before an oil change, just enough to warm the oil without making it too hot to handle. Warm oil flows easily, ensuring you drain out as much of the old oil as possible and give your engine the clean slate it needs to perform its best. Number 4. Putting in too much or too little oil. If you overfill the oil, the excess can foam up as the crankshaft spins, creating air bubbles in the oil. This reduces its ability to properly lubricate the engine, leading to increased friction, overheating. Too much oil can also create excess pressure in the engine, potentially damaging seals and gaskets, and leading to costly oil leaks. On the flip side, adding too little oil is equally dangerous. Without enough oil, your engine won't get the lubrication it needs, causing parts like the pistons, crankshaft, and camshaft to rub against each other. This metal-on-metal contact generates heat. Running low on oil can also lead to oil starvation, especially in high-performance engines or during high-speed driving. To avoid these costly mistakes, always check your owner's manual for the correct oil capacity and use the dipstick to ensure the oil level is just right after filling. Number 5. Forgetting to install a new oil filter. The oil filter's job is to trap dirt, metal particles, and other debris, preventing them from circulating through the engine. If you reuse an old clogged filter, it won't effectively clean the oil, allowing these harmful contaminants to flow freely. Over time, this can lead to excessive wear on engine components. An overused oil filter can become so clogged that it restricts oil flow altogether. When your engine doesn't get enough oil, it's starved of lubrication, causing parts to grind against each other and generate heat. This friction can result in overheating, increased component wear, or even a catastrophic engine failure. However, modern engines rely on clean oil to maintain precise tolerances and operate advanced systems like variable valve timing. A dirty or clogged filter undermines these systems, potentially reducing performance and fuel efficiency. To avoid these problems, always replace the oil filter whenever you change your oil. It's a simple, low-cost step that ensures clean oil flows through the engine. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more tips. Number 6. Over-tightening the oil drain plug. While it might seem like tightening the plug extra firmly ensures no leaks, it can actually damage the threads on the oil pan. Stripping these threads makes it difficult, if not impossible, to properly seal the drain plug in the future, leading to persistent oil leaks that can gradually starve your engine of lubrication. In some cases, over-tightening can even crack the oil pan, especially if it's made of aluminum or another lightweight material. Replacing an oil pan isn't cheap. It can cost hundreds of dollars in parts and labor. Beyond that, an improperly sealed or damaged plug can cause sudden oil loss while driving, leaving the engine vulnerable to overheating and severe damage if the oil level drops too low. To avoid these issues, always follow the manufacturer's torque specifications for the oil drain plug. Use a torque wrench to tighten it to the correct level, ensuring it's secure but not overdone. A simple mistake like over-tightening might seem minor, but it can lead to big repair bills and unnecessary headaches. Number 7. Not replacing the drain plug gasket. The drain plug gasket creates a tight seal between the oil pan and the drain plug, preventing oil from leaking out. Over time, this gasket can become worn, cracked, or deformed due to heat and pressure. If it's not replaced during an oil change, it may fail to provide a proper seal, leading to slow oil leaks. While a small leak might not seem like a big deal initially, it can cause the oil level to drop gradually without you noticing. Running the engine with low oil puts it at risk of insufficient lubrication, increased friction, and overheating. These conditions can lead to excessive wear on engine components, reduced performance, and even catastrophic engine failure if the problem isn't addressed in time. Replacing the drain plug gasket is an inexpensive and quick step that ensures your engine stays properly lubricated and leak-free. Skipping this step might save a few minutes, but it could lead to costly repairs, oil-stained driveways, and a lot of frustration. Always inspect and replace the gasket during an oil change. It's a small investment in your engine's long-term health. Number 8. Forgetting to lube new filter gasket. The rubber gasket on the oil filter is designed to create a tight seal against the engine, preventing oil leaks. Without a light coating of fresh oil, the gasket may not seal properly, allowing oil to seep out during operation. Even worse, a dry gasket can stick or bind when tightening the filter, potentially causing it to tear or warp, which leads to even more significant leaks. A poorly sealed filter can cause oil to drip slowly, reducing your engine's oil levels over time. This unnoticed drop in oil levels can starve your engine of lubrication, leading to friction, overheating, and wear on essential components like the pistons, crankshaft, and camshaft. In severe cases, it can result in catastrophic engine failure. Lubing the gasket is a simple step that ensures a smooth and secure installation. It also makes it easier to remove the filter during the next oil change, preventing it from getting stuck. Number 9. Improper drain plug installation. Improperly installing the oil drain plug is a common mistake that can have severe consequences to the engine. If the drain plug is not tightened securely, it can loosen over time, leading to oil leaks. A slow leak might go unnoticed until the oil level becomes dangerously low, starving the engine of lubrication. Without sufficient oil, moving parts in the engine grind against each other, causing excessive friction, overheating, and potentially catastrophic damage. On the other hand, over-tightening the drain plug is just as problematic. It can strip the threads on the oil pan or even crack it, particularly if the pan is made of lightweight materials like aluminum. Stripped threads make it impossible to secure the plug properly in the future, requiring costly repairs or a full oil pan replacement. To avoid these issues, always follow the manufacturer's torque specifications for the drain plug. Use a torque wrench to ensure it's neither too loose nor too tight. However, double check that the plug is seated correctly and that the gasket, if applicable, is in place to create a proper seal. Number 10. Forgot to put oil. Fill cap. Without the cap securely in place, oil can splash out of the opening as the engine runs, causing a gradual loss of oil. This can lead to dangerously low oil levels, leaving your engine starved of lubrication. Without enough oil, engine components experience increased friction and heat, which can result in excessive wear, overheating, and even complete engine failure. Additionally, leaving the fill cap off exposes the engine to dirt, debris, and moisture, which can contaminate the oil. Contaminants in the oil can create sludge and increase wear on vital components, reducing the engine's efficiency and lifespan. If the contamination is severe, it might require an oil flush, or, in worst-case scenarios, costly repairs. To prevent this mistake, always double-check that the oil fill cap is securely tightened before starting the engine. It's a simple yet crucial step to ensure your engine stays clean, properly lubricated, and protected from unnecessary damage. Number 11. Forgetting to reset the oil change light. Forgetting to reset the oil change light might not seem like a big deal, but it can create long-term confusion and lead to potential engine issues. The oil change light is a critical reminder system that tracks mileage or engine hours since the last oil change. If you don't reset it, you won't have an accurate indicator of when your next oil change is due. This can result in you driving far beyond the recommended oil change interval, causing oil to break down and lose its ability to protect your engine. Old degraded oil fails to lubricate and cool engine components effectively, leading to increased wear, overheating, and sludge buildup. Over time, this neglect can damage vital parts like the pistons, bearings, and camshaft, potentially resulting in costly repairs or even engine failure. Resetting the oil change light is a simple step that ensures you stay on schedule with maintenance. Most vehicles have easy-to-follow instructions in the owner's manual or on the dashboard menu. By resetting the light after every oil change, you'll avoid unnecessary guesswork and ensure your engine remains well maintained and protected for the long haul.